We'll kick it off with Katie Porter. Every day I wake up refreshing my X feed for another Katie Porter video, and the heavens lately really have been providing. She's not going underground. She decided to sit down with yet another interviewer. This is Nextstar's Inside California Politics show. And it almost looked like she was going to snap again, but she managed to hold it together, but it did get a little tense. Let's start with SOT 27.
Should California voters feel confident that there aren't any more Katie Porter videos out there?
Well, what I know is that I could have done better in those moments. I'm going to be focused on earning their votes and earning their trust. That's true in every election.
But not just the CBS interview, the interview with the staffer. Can voters be confident that there won't be another one of those videos that's going to come to light?
What I do know is that I could have done better on that situation.
But that's not a no. So is there potentially another video that we're going to see?
Nikki, I'm going to be honest with you. I know that video was several years ago, as you know, and apologize to the staffer. That's super important to me, and will continue to try to hold myself to do better. That's what I can promise.
But not that there's not going to be any more videos, because that's what people are wondering. Are we going to see something else like that?
I can tell you what I've told you, which is that I am taking responsibility for this situation, and I'm also not going to back down from fighting back for California, from being tough.
Oh boy, there was not a no there, Anna, and I think we both know why.
Right. I can't say I'm sure. I wouldn't be surprised if other videos start to leak. And, it's interesting because I'm going to be fully honest about the fact that I used to actually be a pretty big supporter of Katie Porter when she was in Congress, during some of the hearings with bankers, with, corporate executives. She'd pull out her whiteboard. She would ask difficult questions. But I realized in retrospect that a lot of that was just political theater, because when push came to shove and the question of money in politics came up, she was actually very defensive about Citizens United, corporate PAC money, and all of that. So that was when I personally started to sour on her. There had been allegations from members of her staff, previous members of her staff, of course, and she has a lot of turnover, where they accused her of being abusive. I believe her ex-husband also made similar allegations.
Yes, incendiary ones in the Daily Mail.
Exactly. And then the final nail in the coffin for me was the fact that she is running for governor of California. So obviously she was asked about a proposition that 3/4 of Californians voted in favor of, and that was Prop 36, which sought to roll back some of the soft on crime policies that actually really hurt this state. And one of the biggest issues right now is that our Democratic legislature, along with Governor Gavin Newsom, refused to provide the adequate funding in order to make sure we are holding people accountable when they commit crimes over and over and over again. It appears that Katie Porter is not in favor of that proposition, but it doesn't matter what she's in favor of. You should be supportive of what the people of California want, especially if you're running to be the chief executive of this state, right? And so substantively on policy, I have soured on her, but also her behavior is just unacceptable. You should be expecting difficult questions and follow-ups when you're doing these interviews. The fact that she was upset at follow-up questions really doesn't inspire, it doesn't make me inspired by her, and it doesn't really show that she's a real leader,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, you're going to face a lot more tough challenges as governor of California than some follow-up questions by a nice reporter. The CBS reporter, that was not going for the jugular. In fact, it looked, if you watch the interview, almost like they had given Katie Porter the questions in advance, which in this case might not have been bad, because this is an investigative reporter who's like, this is my thing. I'm going to ask these same 10 questions to all candidates. So, perhaps they were very open by saying, here are the 10 questions. Go ahead and do your homework. We want to hear what your answers are. But Katie seemed to be familiar with this woman's list, and she was very irritated that she just didn't leave it at the surface level list. I think everybody's seen it by now, but we can watch a little bit of it here in SOT 29.
Do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that
Well, to those voters. Okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
Jesus.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered.
I don't
our
care.
follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list.
This
and
is
if
news,
every
ma'am.
question, you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never had to do
reporter.
this before, ever.
You've never had to have a conversation with
to end
a
an
reporter?
interview.
Okay, but every other candidate has done this.
What part of I'm me? I'm running for governor because I'm a leader. I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you, and I don't want this all on camera.
I don't want to have an unhappy experience with you either.
Ladies, this is news. It's the vast majority of experiences will be unpleasant and unhappy.
That's so crazy. Like, that whole exchange was so insane to me. You know, I'm not a politician, but as someone who works in media, as someone who openly shares her opinion, of course, I'm going to find myself in hostile environments, in hostile conversations and debates. I literally, in the middle of a debate this year, had a tampon thrown at me by a man. And I didn't run away from the debate because, look, your little stunt, whatever, I'm going to ignore it. I'm here to debate the substance. So this was an opportunity for Katie Porter to show that she is a strong leader, a woman of substance. It is hilarious to me that she referred to herself as a leader as
so
she was
cringy.
threatening to run away from a conversation, from an interview.
I'm a leader.
Crazy.
I'm a leader.
It's crazy.
Just so you know, I'm a leader as I run. It was so
leaders don't
awkward.
run.
No, and they don't call themselves leaders. I mean, like, that's the thing, right? Like, they don't run around saying, I'm a leader, I lead. That's what I do. People follow and they lead. And when I lead, here's a little bit more from that same new interview with Nextstar's Inside California Politics, happened Tuesday, SOT 28.
So this is your first time speaking publicly since the now 2 viral videos. What do you want people to know about you? And do you have the temperament to be the next governor of California?
When I look at those videos, I want people to know that I understand that I could have handled things better. I think I'm known as someone who's able to handle tough questions, who's willing to answer questions.
Are you?
And I want people to know that I really value the incredible work that my staff can do. I think people who know me know I can be tough, but I need to do a better job expressing appreciation for the amazing work that my team does.
Okay, so can we just spend a minute discussing all the ways in which that was ineffective? Like, there's not an authentic thing about one word she spoke, right? That's not how an authentic truth teller speaks. They would just be much more casual. Those are rehearsed, written down lines that her team has given to her. And it's just obvious. It's obvious if you're like a media personality like you and I are, or if you're a civilian at home, just because your gut will tell you, it's off.
Well, I mean, the problem is her authentic self is what has gotten her in trouble. And so what you're seeing on that screen right now
You have a
is,
point.
Katie Porter trying to kind of suppress who she really is and give people what she thinks they want. Just calm. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to be calm. Like, as I watch that exchange, you're right. It doesn't come across as authentic because it seems like she's trying to convince herself to not lose it, to remain calm. And again,
Yes.
Because of all of this drama over her behavior, it gives Californians less of an opportunity to learn about her substance or lack of substance, right? And so, look, I've been talking about this very, very vocally. I've been very vocal about the situation on the ground in California. We're in a lot of trouble. You know, liberals get really upset when one of their own or someone center left calls this out, but it needs to be called out because people in the state are suffering. We pay the highest taxes. Jobs are leaving the state at record numbers. People are suffering. We have a housing crisis that hasn't been adequately dealt with. Crime has gotten a little better, but the fact of the matter is we have overcrowded prisons because our governor decided to prematurely shut down 4 of our state prisons, which is honestly the big story that gets ignored. The reason why so many people get let out early when they're violent criminals, the reason why so many repeat offenders never see a prison cell is because we don't have any room for them. And that is a disaster that was created by Gavin Newsom, a Democratic governor. So I want to know, what is Katie Porter going to do about that if she wins this election? Now, I don't think she's going to win this election. But, when I look at this race, I really don't know if there's anyone running who can adequately address the very serious issues that we have in the state.
Mm-hmm. Steve Hilton's running out there as a Republican. I mean, last I checked, Katie Porter was number 1 and he was number 2. So it's not like your typical race in which he'd have no chance. I guess it's not really a Democrat primary we're looking at right now. You guys vote for governor in a weird way out there, right? It's like, I don't know. You kind of shake up all the puzzle pieces and whichever top 2 are standing, those are the 2 that go against each other.
Well, yeah. And what I'm curious about is whether Rick Caruso, who ran for mayor in Los Angeles and was, beaten by Karen Bass, if he's going to put his, name in the race, because I actually think he has, in the mayoral race, he provided very detailed plans to address the serious issues in Los Angeles. And, there were some rumors that he was considering a gubernatorial run in California. I would actually like to see that, to be honest with you, because I want to see what his possible solutions could be on a state level as opposed to just a Los Angeles city level.
Buy gold and get free silver. That's right. For every $5,000 purchased from Birch Gold Group this month in advance of Veterans Day, they're going to send you a free patriotic silver round that commemorates the Gadsden and American flags. Look, gold is up over 40% since the beginning of this year, and Birch Gold can help you own it by converting an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in physical gold. Plus, they will send you free silver honoring our veterans on qualifying purchases. And if you are current or former military, Birch Gold has a special offer just for you. They are waiving custodial fees for the first year on investments of any amount. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and tens of thousands of happy customers, consider diversifying your savings into gold. Just text MK to the number 989898 for a free info kit and to claim your eligibility for free silver with qualifying purchase before the end of the month. Okay, before the end of the month. Again, text MK to the number 989898. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.